How's it going everyone, Shifty here, and today I'm back with my weekly vendor reset video. This week we have a lot to talk about, and there are some vendor armor pieces that may even be interesting to veteran players of Destiny. With the release of Season of the Splicer, Ada1, Banshee, and Failsafe were added to the list of vendors with an inventory that rotates on a weekly basis. In these videos I like to show off all the armor pieces and weapons in the background footage, then talk about specific pieces that I thought stood above the rest. Generally the armor is better suited for new players or for those looking to round out a build, but occasionally there are armor pieces that might appeal to everyone. Before I get into this one, if you end up enjoying the video or finding it useful, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. I do want to mention that there will be timestamps if you want to skip around. Alright, so I'm going to start off with notable Warlock Armor this week. Failsafe is selling chest armor with 29 discipline and 12 resilience. While resilience isn't all that useful to warlocks, especially in PvE, 29 discipline is great for a grenade focused build, and I think that warlocks have some of the best grenades in the game. Failsafe also has a helmet with 28 resilience and 13 intellect. Now this one isn't all that great, but it could be useful in PvP. Higher resilience does benefit all classes in PvP because it allows you to resist being killed in 1 crit and 2 body shots by 120s. This does require you to have 5 resilience or higher. Then Failsafe has leg armor with 21 intellect and 18 recovery. While intellect isn't for everyone, a common stat split involves maxing intellect and recovery. This allows you to have fast healing and quick rifts and supers. None of the other vendors seem to have decent armor for warlocks this week, so now we'll move on to titans. Failsafe is selling leg armor with 25 intellect, 14 resilience, and 10 recovery. Again, if you want your super faster, this is a solid piece. It has the added benefit of having decent resilience, which is tied to your barricade cooldown. Then Shaxx has gauntlets with 24 recovery and 23 strength. This is a great piece for a melee focused build. Recovery is really important for all 3 classes, so 24 recovery is nice to have, but the 23 strength is going to help a lot if you're trying to max your strength out. Now I say that I think warlocks have some of the best grenades, but I think titans have some of the best melees. Shaxx also has a helmet with 28 recovery and 13 strength. This piece is very similar to the last piece with just a little more recovery and less strength. If you combine this piece with the last one, you would have a base of 52 recovery and 36 strength with just 2 pieces of armor. That's before any masterwork or mods. Then Zavala has a helmet with 22 recovery, 15 discipline, and 15 intellect with an overall stat of 62. This is a solid piece. I often build into recovery, discipline, and intellect for a lot of different activities. This is something that I would personally pick up, so I assume it might help others out too. The Drifter has chest armor with 30 recovery and 11 strength. Again, this is like the 2 good Titan pieces Shaxx is selling, but it has even more recovery. If you combine this piece with the 2 from Shaxx, you would have a base of 82 recovery and 47 strength with no mods or masterworks. That's an amazing start to a melee focused build. Then Ada1 is selling chest armor with 28 resilience and 13 intellect. The main reason I pointed this piece out is because Titans benefit a lot from resilience, because the higher your resilience, the faster you get your barricade back. Alright, we can finally move on to hunters. Failsafe has a helmet with 22 mobility and 28 discipline with an overall stat of 62. This piece is great because mobility is tied to the dodge cooldown for hunters, and discipline is always nice to have because you can never throw too many grenades. Then Zavala has a helmet with 30 resilience and 12 strength. The only reason I'm mentioning this one is because of the 5 resilience threshold in PvP. If you're trying to build for tier 5 resilience, this piece would go a long way in helping you to reach that goal. The last piece for hunters is a pair of gauntlets sold by the Drifter. They have 28 resilience and 23 intellect. Again, this is more of a PvP piece due to the resilience, but the 23 intellect definitely does not hurt to have. Alright, now let's move on to Banshee's weapon rolls this week. I want to mention that some of Banshee's weapons do not have masterworks, and this is a bug that is known to Bungie. With that said, I think some of these weapons are still worth picking up in the meantime if you don't have a better version already. First, I would recommend the 7th Seraph Carbine this week. There are a couple of reasons I recommend this if you don't have it already. This one has 4th times the charm, which is great for sustained fire and works really well on barrier champions, and auto rifles do have an anti-barrier mod this season. In addition to that, this weapon can also generate Warmind cells. Next, I would recommend grabbing the Truth Teller. Not because the 3rd and 4th column perks are great, but because it has both blinding and spike grenades, which are 2 of the most useful options on a grenade launcher. I would also recommend the Pleiades Corrector. This also has 4th times the charm and an anti-barrier mod this season. This roll has extended mag and appended mag, which both give you more ammo in your magazine. Theoretically, with extended mag and 4th times the charm, if you hit all your crits, you could fire 34 bullets with this weapon before reloading it. This weapon also actually has a masterwork, so that's pretty nice. The last weapon I recommend is the 7th Seraph Saw, primarily because it has auto-loading holster, which can be a great perk on machine guns. Also because it can generate Warmind cells. Alright, that is it for this week's vendor role video. I hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, remember to like and subscribe. I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.